myself Prachi Agarwal, Assistant Professor Ajay Kumar Garg, Engineering College. Today the topic for this lecture is designing of clocked sequential circuit, and this is in subject digital electronics, having code BOE 310. So first of all, we all know that circuits are of basically two types: sequential circuit and combinational circuit. So here basically the sequential circuits are digital circuits that store and use previous state information to determine their next state. They are commonly used in digital systems to implement state machines, timers, counters, and memory elements, and are essential components in digital systems design. So basically, sequential circuits are those circuits which are using previous information, or there is a need of memory element. So those circuits are called sequential circuit. So is this a combinational circuit or sequential circuit? This is basically a combinational circuit. So this diagram is, by mistakenly put here. So this is a sequential circuit. Sequential circuit, I have told that it is basically dependent on the memory element. So your output is what? It is depending on this memory element. And this is a combinational circuit. So simple combinational circuit with memory device is making the sequential circuit, right? And what is combinational circuit? What is this? Combinational circuit, it is only the outputs and the inputs. So output is dependent only on the present input. So I have written the combinational circuit produces an output based on input variables only, and a sequential circuit produces an output based on a current input and previous output, right? So that means sequential circuits include memory elements that are capable of storing binary information. That binary information defines the state of sequential circuit at that time, right? So combinational circuit and basically the memory element make the sequential circuit, and when there is only the combinational part, that means the output is dependent only on the present input, then it is a combinational circuit, right? And when your output is depending on memory, on past input as well, so there we need a memory device, memory part. So that case is basically the sequential circuits, right? So basically in this topic, I'll be telling you how to design a circuit. And in that particular step, I have taken one important question. So with the help of question, it is, easily you will get the things how we are doing. So this is a question. I hope this is visible to you. Design of clocked sequential circuits. For state diagram given, draw the clocked sequential circuit using T flip-flop. So question, can come that, this state diagram, this is a state diagram. So this state diagram is given and you have to design circuit. It may come like any circuit is given and then you have to design it. You have to basically realize it using the flip-flops. It may come that your some state table is given and then you have to design the circuit. And the fourth is basically any conditions are given in a theory, something in the lines form. That means first if your input is 0 0, it is going to 0 1. And it is going then to 1 0, then to 1 1. It may comes like this, and then you have to finally design the circuit. So steps are going to be same. Just the question part, they may ask any of these four things which I have just told. State diagram they may give like this. State table they may give some gate diagram, some diagrams using flip flops, or they may give some conditions using a theory question type, like you will feel that it is a theory question. Right, so this I have explained using a state diagram. So in this state diagram, let me explain first what is this state. Diagram is telling you how to read it. How to read this state diagram. So these basically 0 0, 0 1, 1 1, 1 0. These are the possible, you can say, the states or the possible combinations. Like we used to say the combinations. So here we used to say the states. So this is 0 0, 0 1, 1 1, 1 0. Right. Now something is written, this is a loop, you can say, all loops are given and these are arrows, right? And something is written on this, like it is given 0 0, this is 1 0, 1 1, anything is given, right? So how to read it? I am writing something. input, right? So you have to read like this, that the sum anything which is before this oblique is input and after this is output. So first you will see that 0 0, this is 0 0 state, and at input 0 it is going to 0 0 only, that means it is not changing and it is giving output 0, right? Check the next, 0 0 0 0 at input 1 is going to 0 1 and giving output 0. Is this clear? Again I am telling 0 0, input is 1, going to 0 1 and output is 0. Clear? Similar way 0 1. So for 0 1 again we will be writing. So for this, first of all you should know how to read this state diagram, right? In some question, like in this question, this output is given. You may get any question that output is not given, so don't bother. You will just extract that part, that output part from your table, and you will create your table according to your state diagram, whatever state diagram is given to you. So I think this, you are able to read how to, write your truth table, how to make your truth table using this state diagram. So I will be telling you. So this is the next step. First you just read this, then you create this table. So for creating this table, this is basically present state, next state, and this is output, right? So you see in the question, I have shown question here. So you see in the first part, when your input is, here I have written the 4 in states, 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1, right? This is basically a next state table, and this is for output. So for next state, we are writing next state when input is 0 and when input is 1, because two inputs are there, 0 1. So for next state at input 0, you will be having A next state and B's next state. Next state. Similar way, at x is equal to 1, then if input is 1, so you will be writing A's next state and B's next state, right? And then similar way, the output when input is 0 and input is 1. So this is how first of all you will make a format for your table. Now start writing it according to the diagram. So initially when your state is 0 0, so when your state is 0 0, what is happening? At input 0, it is going to 0 0. At input 0, it is going to 0 0. And output is 0. Clear? First step is clear how I have made this. Now see again, at input, when state is 0 0, state is 0 0 and input is 1. So see in this, this diagram, when state is 0 0 and your input is 1, it is changing the state from 0 0 to 0 1, and also it is giving output 0. So see, from 0 0 it is moving to 0 1, 1 input, and the output is 0. Clear? Similar way we will create the table and we will write for all the possible combination. See, I will tell you for 1 1 again. For 1 1, see, for 1 1 when input is 1, for 1 1 when input is 1, it is not changing and it is moving to 1 1 only. So 1 1 when input is 1, it is moving to 1 1, and what is the output? 0. So here the output is 0. Is this clear? Then in the similar way, when 1 1 when input is 0, it is going from 1 1 to 1 0. So 1 1 when your input is 0, it is going to 1 0, right? 1 0. And what is the output? Output is basically when 1 1 at 0 is going to 1 0 and output is 0. So it is going output 0, right? So this is how you will create this table. This is the next step. After reading your state diagram, you have to make your state table. This is the state table, right? Then in the question it is said that you have to use T flip-flop, right? So here in this question I am using T flip-flop. There may chance that they will ask you to use JK flip-flop. You can use D flip-flop. Any flip-flop they can ask. So the excitation table, you should know the table between the current state, present state and the next state. Whatever value of T you are getting or whatever value of those particular flip-flops you are getting. So that truth table, that table basically you should know, and then you will create your next step. So I have written the table for your convenience. So when your present state is 0 and next state is also 0, then your t is 0. When present state is 0, next state is 1. So output t is 1. When this is 1, 0, you will get t1. And then when there is 1 present and next is 1, next state is 1, then t is 0. So this is basically t flip-flop table, and this is t flip-flop. We all know that it is basically the like JK flip-flop. In JK flip-flop we have 2 inputs. So to neglect those 2 inputs, we are using only one input, that is t, and basically this is a combination of basically this is a t flip-flop which I have shown. Although it is not required to show in your question. In the question you have to show this table only, and it is not required to draw this t flip-flop, right? So it's up to you. So this is the next step. So after this, after showing this t flip-flop, what you will be doing, you are just inculcating this table in your state table. So this is basically the present state. So present state I have written. So now I have created this for basically 2 inputs are there, 0 and 1. So for those inputs, when we have combinations, we have states 4, but inputs are 2. So we have created our states from 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1 first for 0 inputs and another 4, same 4 for input 1. So basically 8 combinations you can say, or 8, we have written each combination 2 times, one for input 0, another for input 1. So you see 0, 0, input 0 and another 0, 0 for input 1, 0, 1, input 0, 0, 1, input 1. So you will be writing all states 2 times, one for input 0 and another for input 1, because 2 inputs you are considering, right? Now for the next state you are requiring your this table. So for the next state you will make your table. So see, for 0, 0, when input is 0, your next state is 0. So 0, 0, when input is 0, next state is 0, 0, right? So this will create your table. These 3 columns basically you are getting from this previous one. In previous one, what you have done, you have just structured it in your next table, and ends on part is basically is this flip-flop part. This y also you are getting from the previous one, right? So what you are adding new is this flip-flop part. Rest of the things you are inculcating from your previous table. So in the previous table you have shown for different input x and 1 in the different different columns, but here you are using same column, but you are using those particular states 2 times. So that is why the table is looking little bit different, but it is same as that of previous one. So now you have segregated it. Now it will be easier for you to write outputs according to these conditions. So now what you will see for flip-flop, for flip-flop part you will be seeing only this present state and your next state, right? You need to check your input, only you check your present state and next state, and then you will get your flip-flops. So first see, in the first part when your A is 0 and your next state is also 0, that means both 0, 0. So when both are 0, 0, present state and next state, your t will be 0. So I have written t0. This is 0, this is 0, 0, right? Next, rest of the columns you have already created. So I am creating only this column now. Clear? Rest of the columns are already created by you from using the previous table. Now flip-flop column you are creating now. Now see next. If I write for B present state and next state. So B 0, 0. So when 0, 0 again you will be having TB 0. Right? Now see. Similar way you will get present state of A is 0. Present state of next state of A is 0. So when both the states are 0, your T is 0. Clear? See another part. When your present state is 0, another state is 1. Now there is change. Present state is 0, another next state is 1. What is the condition? This present state is 0, next state is 1. Next state is 1. What is t? T is 1. Right? I think this is clear to you. Another condition I'll be explaining. Take this condition. For A, you are having 0 present state, next state is 1. So present state is 0, next state is 1. What is t? T is 1. Right? Then similar way for the B, present state is 1, next state is also 1. So when present and next both are 1, what is the condition? T will be 0. Clear? I think all the conditions of this table we have used. So I think this table you can make it very easily. So this is the present state, this is next state which you are getting from previous table. Input also you are getting from previous table. Output also you are getting from previous table. Whatever new thing is this flip-flop that you are getting with the help of your excitation table. So I mean you should remember that table and then fix, I mean you can set your conditions present state and next state and then you will generate your T output. Then what is the next step? Next step is basically we will be writing expressions for this TA, T flip-flop for B, this T B flip-flop and this output Y, because this is the main thing for our designing part. So I have written the expression. So for you will be creating your K map. So for creating K map, so this is for TA. So here you putting your A, here you are putting your BX, similar way B, and this is A, BX, A, BX, and this is for Y. So TA, TB and Y, you will be putting 1 accordingly. For TA basically you are having 1 at these 2 positions. So you are writing 1, only these 2 positions. For TB you are having 1 on these 2 positions. So similar way for TB you are having 1 for these 2 positions. You will know how to write in the K map, right? Then for output Y you are having 1 for these 2 conditions. So I have created the K map and written 1 for these 2 conditions, right? So for all these 3 I have made the K map and realized the expression. You can directly realize as well their expressions, but I told you already that if you make the K map your answer will look quite good, and you should prefer making K maps, right? In these, I mean, designing parts questions. Then next step is the designing, the main part. So here we are using T flip-flop. So this thing you have to remember that T flip-flop we are using. This is T flip-flop 1. This is T flip-flop 2 or A and B we can say. So what you are doing is you have generalized the expression for this TA, for TB and Y, right? So you can make the flip-flop and your TA is fed with this expression. So this expression is what? It is a combination of AND gate and OR gate. So you are using 2 AND gate, 1 AND gate this, A bar, B, X bar. So I am using this. And for another AND gate you are using A, B bar, X. So A, B bar, X. This is B bar and this is X, right? And this is fed to a AND gate, and then I mean both is fed to a OR gate, and you are getting your TA. So TA is fed with this. This is your clock, right? This is a sequential circuit, so we need clock. And then for TB also you are fed with this. So I am using 2 AND gates, A bar, B bar, X, A bar, B bar, X plus A, B, X bar, A, B, X bar. These 2 are fed to a OR gate to make a complete expression for TB. So this is TB, and for Y you are using AB bar. So directly you can put AB bar. So for A you are getting this A, and for B bar you directly use B bar, right? So this is for Y. So I think this is clear to you. How to design a clock sequential circuit. This is very important question, and such question can come just with a change of flip-flop or just with a change of state diagrams, or I told you the state table may give, they may give any conditions, right? So this is a question which you can try by yourself. So I'll just explain you what we have to do. Design clock sequential circuit whose state diagram is given using JK flip-flop. That means your state diagram is given and you have to use JK flip-flop to design this particular circuit. So how to read this diagram? These are basically the 4 states 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1, and in this, see, there is that thing which I told you, that there may come some such questions that there is no output is given. So when only this 0 1 and with no oblique part is given, that means only input is given, no output. So like in the previous question we have made the output column. So in that question, the question which I have given you, you are not required this output part, right? Rest of the things you will create, but output part you are not required. In this also and in this also, you are not getting, you don't have to use this output part. Clear? So how to read this? So 0 0 at input 0 is not changing the state and only at 0 0. 0 0 at one input is moving to 0 1. 0 1 at input 1 is moving to 0 1. That means you write state 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1, and you write input 0 and input 1. So when 0 0 x is 0, it is going to 0 0 next state. When x is 1, it is going to 0 1. If I take to 0 1 when input is 0, it is going to 1 0, and when input is 1, it is going to, it is not changing, it is at 0 1. Similar way, 1 0 when input is 0, it is at 1 0, but when input is 1, it is moving to 1 1, right? Similar, 1 1 when input is 0, where it is? It is at 1 1 only, and when input is 1, it is moving to 0 0, right? So this is how you will create your table. This is the first table. Then next table you will be using JK flip-flop. So for first case, suppose this is A, this is B, and this is A t plus 1. This is B t plus 1. This is A t plus 1, and this is B t plus 1, right? So you will be requiring this. You will first create the table 0 0 for 0 0 for 0 0 0 for 1, like I made, and then you just compare these current bit and your next bit, and you write your generalized expression using your JK flip-flop, right? And then what is the next step? You need to make K-map, and after K-map, you need to make a basic diagram for JK flip-flop, and then you just put whatever outputs you are getting, you just fed your flip-flop with those outputs, right? Because those outputs basically the K-map output, because those outputs are basically the inputs for your flip-flops you are getting for J and K as well, right? So I think this is clear to you, this question. This is very important. Try this question yourself, and that's all from my side. Thank you. Jai Hind.